The final of Euro 2012 was a clash between Europe's most successful team in history in Italy and Europe's current powerhouse in Spain. This final is also a rematch of their group stage game that ended in a 1-1 draw. Spain were the favorites in this tournament after they won the Euro in 2008 and the previous World Cup in 2010. Even with all their dominance, critics still claim that their style of play is boring. Italy, of course, are no pushover. Success is in their DNA. They have 4 World Cup victories, the most of any European nation and the second most in the world, just behind Brazil. Their most recent victory was, of course, in 2006. Spain defeated France 2-0 in the quarterfinals with a brace from Xabi Alonso. In the semifinals, they knocked Portugal out after extra time and penalties. Italy defeated England after penalties in the quarterfinals, and then upset Germany 2-1 in the semifinals with a brace from Mario Balotelli. Here are the lineups. Spain is playing their new formation like they have been for the majority of the tournament. They play a 4-3-3, but with no real forward. Cesc Fabregas will be taking on the role of more of an attacking midfielder with Iniesta and David Silva on the wings. This formation is what earned them a lot of criticism and scrutiny, considering they have a lot of unused forwards on the bench like Fernando Torres, Alvaro Negredo, and Pedro. Italy are playing their 4-4-2 diamond formation with Giorgio Chiellini playing out of possession at left back to offer more defensive security. A noticeable difference between these two lineups is that some of Spain's key players in the World Cup, including Puyol and David Villa, are out, both injured in the season before the Euro. Puyol is replaced by solid options like Piqué and Ramos, and Villa is replaced by the unused forwards on the bench. Many of Italy's stars from 2006 either retired from the national team or retired entirely, like Cannavaro, Del Piero, or Gattuso, just to name a few. Some of the players filling their boots are not held nearly to the same standard by their fans. The match kicks off to what is a nerve-wracking opening few minutes. It only takes 14 minutes for Spain to open the scoring. Cesc Fabregas gets in behind the Italian defense and whips a ball into David Silva. The Man City midfielder manages to redirect a pacey cross into a relatively empty net. It gets worse for Italy in the 21st minute as Chiellini pulls up with a hamstring injury. Manager Prandelli has no choice but to sub him off for Federico Balzaretti. This is a slide for some of the favorite midfielders on each team. Pirlo could score from anywhere on the pitch and make his shot bend 15 different ways. Xavi was pretty much like a quarterback and a backbone for the Spain team and also for Barcelona. The way he could pick out teammates would make you think he had eyes at the back of his head. Just before halftime, Xavi sends Jordi Alba through on goal and he beats Buffon to double Spain's lead. This Euro was where Jordi Alba made a name for himself, earning him a move to Barcelona that same summer. Halftime, 2-0 to Spain. After a frustrating half for Italy, Prandelli would take off Cassano at halftime for Di Natale. The veteran scored against Spain in the group stage, and if he can manage it again, Italy can make a game out of this. Just 4 minutes after getting subbed on, Thiago Motta tears his hamstring and has to be stretchered off. Since Italy already made their 3 subs, they have to play the rest of the game with 10 men. Fernando Torres puts the game beyond all doubt in the 84th minute. After Xavi sends him through on goal, the Chelsea forward coolly slots the ball on the far post. This goal would tie Torres as top scorer of the tournament alongside Germany's Mario Gomez with 3. Since Torres played less minutes, he would later claim the award. I think this award may have been especially meaningful to Torres considering all the scrutiny and pressure he had been under at Chelsea. Just 4 minutes later, Torres would be sent through again, and instead of shooting this time, he'd pass to his Chelsea teammate Juan Mata, who'd knocked the ball into an empty net. Mata scored just seconds after being subbed on for Iniesta. The final whistle blows and Spanish players and fans go crazy. A final people predicted to be just as tight as the group stage game are proven wrong as Spain went in a 4-0 rout. I think I should reiterate that this was the final of the Euro, a major international tournament of the prestige only second to arguably the World Cup. Off the top of my head, I can't think of a final where one team just absolutely thrashed the other like this. Captain Iker Casillas lifts another trophy for Spain to make football history. With the 2008 Euro, the 2010 World Cup, and the 2012 Euro, Spain are the first international team to win 3 major trophies in a row. Here's another long shot of the trophy presentation. I think this team is the strongest national side the world has seen since Brazil in the 50s and 60s when they won 2 World Cups in a row. This team can absolutely pass their opponents into submission and embarrass them at times, like in this match. From a neutral point of view, it is absolutely mesmerizing to watch. I think their tiki-taka style of play is fondly be remembered for being so dominant, despite some people calling it boring. I remember the commentator of the final saying something along the lines, "You can't score on them, you can't keep them from scoring. Hell, you can't even get the ball off them." Here are my sources. The 3 at the top are the ones where I got most of the pictures, but all of them will be in the description of this video.